All right, what's happening, everybody? It's your boy Akeen, and welcome to today's vlog. Here to finally start things off with my mock draft for the 2014 NFL Draft. Now, this year I'm going to change things up. I'm going to give you my picks for each selection of this year's draft, as well as I'm going to give you a second mock draft and who I think that the teams will select with each of their picks for the 32 picks of the first round. So for this entire month, you will see each day a video of each pick of this year's draft, of the first round of this year's draft, and I am extremely excited because today I'm finally going to kick things off with the number one pick belonging to the Houston Texans. Now, they had a very disappointing season this past year, 2-14 overall, due to the foul play at quarterback and much inconsistency at the quarterback. Starting off the season with Matt Schaub, he's been struggling a lot, and then Case Keenum took over in the second half of the season, and he didn't really fill up the position at par. So that's going to be an extreme need for this team this upcoming season for this year's draft, and I think they should probably go with that direction. They could definitely use a quarterback. Now, in the offseason, they just recently signed Ryan Fitzpatrick from the Tennessee Titans, and I think that it was a great signing because I think he could become a good backup quarterback, a solid backup quarterback for the Houston Texans, but I still think they could probably go number one overall with a quarterback. Now, other needs that they could use is mainly on the defensive side to help out the run defense. They were actually 23rd in the league against the run, and that is probably due to the fact that they weren't really having good consistent play at the linebacker position. Their leading tackler, Daryl Sharpton, he's actually no longer with the team. He had 87 tackles last season, and he just recently signed to the Washington Redskins during this offseason. So they're definitely going to need a linebacker. They could also use a good defensive end, but we did have a decent season from J.J. Watt, as well as Whitney Merciless, who had 7 sacks this past season, but they could still use a good defensive end to fill up the rotation and possibly use up Whitney Merciless as an outside linebacker. So they have plenty of ideas. And another position that they can use is a safety position. They just cut Daniel Manning, but they probably will not go with the safety position because DJ Swearinger, the rookie last season from South Carolina, had 71 tackles this past season, and I think he showed a little bit of potential and promise. So I don't think they're going to go with the safety with the first overall pick. And plus, the stock at safety is not too well, except for Hasheem Clinton-Dix. I think he's going to be the only safety. Possibly Calvin Prime from the Louisville Cardinal could be picked in the first round. Now, overall with this selection, I think they should go with quarterback to think about the future and who will lead this team as a future franchise quarterback. I do not believe Ryan Fitzpatrick is that guy, but he is a solid number 2 quarterback to back up the number 1 quarterback. And with this pick, I think they need to go with Johnny Manziel out of Texas A&M because he has so much talent. He's a big-time dual threat. He creates big plays, keeps his eyes down the field, and he just makes spectacular plays. Tries to keep the ball alive, and he definitely spreads the offensive route, running the football as well as throwing the football. And with the talent the Houston Texans has, let's not forget, Arian Foster will be at the running back position. They still have Andre Johnson, who posted over 1,000 yards this past season, and DeAndre Hopkins. I still think Andre Johnson could do the thing and at the receiver position opposite of DeAndre Hopkins. I think these two could be a good 1-2 punch at the receiver position, the number 1 and number 2 receiver, and Johnny Manziel could be that guy to throw the football to him. Now, yes, he doesn't have the most explosive rocket arm, strong arm like some of the other top prospects at quarterback, like Blake Bortles from UCF, in which I think the Houston Texans is highly looking at selecting him with that first pick because they just picked up a new head coach in Bill O'Brien, and Bill O'Brien actually played against UCF quarterback Blake Bortles. So I'm not going to be surprised if they went with Bortles with this pick, but I think that Johnny Manziel should be that guy because he's such an explosive player, and he would do a better job with his mobility to spread that offense. Now, I think they need to go with Johnny Manziel with that selection. But who I think they're going to select with this pick, because I talked about earlier that they had a specific need at the linebacker position, I think that they're going to go with Khalil Mack, the linebacker coming out of Buffalo. He definitely could get behind the line of scrimmage, over 20 tackles for loss this past season. He forces a lot of fumbles, disrupts the line of scrimmage, and he would definitely help with the run support. And I think that the Houston Texans is going to select him number 1 1 overall. But who I think they should select for my mock draft, I have them going with Johnny Manziel out of Texas A&M over Blake Bortles. But I would not be surprised if Bill O'Brien and company goes with Blake Bortles at quarterback. But I'm still going to go with Johnny Manziel, or who I think they should select, and I'm going to think who I think they should select and who I think they will select. I'm going to have to go with Khalil Mack coming out of Buffalo. Now, the next time I'm going to catch you guys is tomorrow. Going to continue things moving forward with this year's mock draft with the number 2 pick belonging to the St. Louis Rams. Thank you for watching this vlog from Pro Football Exclusive. I'm your man, Akeem McCall. Be easy.